Retro gaming has become big business the last several years. Emulation devices, sales of original hardware, re-releases on modern consoles, and new consoles made to look like and mimic that original experience. My personal journey has largely been on original hardware, but I mentioned in my last video that there were easier ways to play these games, and I would discuss them in one of my future videos, so I thought, why not now? This is the Evercade VS-R. Hi, I'm Paul, and this is Indie Pop Productions, pop culture from an independent point of view. And today, we'll be unboxing Evercade's newest console and giving it a try. Evercade is a line of consoles that plays retro games, not through simple emulation, but by loading those games onto actual cartridges. Those cartridges usually come in collections like Atari, Intellivision, Neo Geo, Taito, or by series like Tomb Raider or Duke Nukem. I've got the Atari 2 collection. I couldn't get the Arcade 1 collection. Once they vault a title, you can only purchase them on the second-hand market. It's called the Legacy Collection or a Legacy title. And let me tell you, they more than hold their value. They of course come with the cartridge itself. This one came with a little sticker sheet and a full color manual telling you about the games and how to play them. One of the coolest things about these is they work on the entire ecosystem. So they work with the home console that I just purchased. They work with the EXPR handhelds, think Switch Lite. But they also have a line of tabletop or bar top arcades called Evercade Alpha. And through their sister company, Hyper Megatech, they have some vertical kind of Game Boy style handhelds called Super Pocket, all of which have full compatibility with the entire line of cartridges. Now, I've been familiar with Evercade for quite a while, but I've never actually used one. So let's get this one opened and play some games. It's a pretty simple box. First thing you're going to notice is this thing is pretty beat up. I was pretty disappointed in this. That's not Evercade's fault. This came from Amazon, and instead of putting it in a box, they put it in a bag, and it came in not in the best of condition for something that I would normally consider collectible, but it's pretty simple. Tells you a little information about the device itself in multiple languages, a little bit of information about other cartridges you can get for it, especially if you wanted to get both the cartridge and the device at the same time. Go ahead and get this plastic off, cut that glare and get into the device itself. Now, there's no game in here. I was told by the marketing department that you can get this in bundles, but I haven't been able to find anywhere in the United States that actually carries it as a bundle. Get rid of that quick start guide. Go ahead and open this little console up. It does have a cartridge slot because it uses real cartridges. First thing I noticed, this thing is tiny. It is smaller than the Intellivision Sprint, but it's weightier. It feels solid. Like this is a real machine that you're working with here, not just a little device for used for emulation. Cartridge slot takes 2 cartridges at a time. 4 slots for controllers. Power button. Down on the back, of course, you got the HDMI. Then we've got the controller itself. Controller is very retro-looking. I love the way this looks. I love the way it feels. Buttons are very clicky. It's flat like a classic controller, but it does have those shoulder buttons, so you get a little bit of an ergonomic bump right there. And then, of course, it has your power cord. No block, but a power cord, and you got to use your own HDMI cable. Now that I've got it out on my desk, the size is even more obvious. The controller is almost as large as the console itself. Setup is pretty standard. Pick your language, set up your Wi-Fi. I realized right off that I still had this set on 4x3 from my Atari consoles, so I had to fix that. While it was connected to my Wi-Fi, read the license agreement. There was an update available, so I took care of that, and before you knew it, I was in the UI and realized I needed to insert that cartridge. All right, now that we got that cartridge in there, you can see our 10 Atari Arcade games. So we're going to go into Berzerk first, because that's why we're here. All these games, you're here for Berzerk. These things are very cool. If you didn't read the instructions or the information, you can get all the information from the manual on the screen, information on the game, how to play, what the buttons do, really cool stuff. One of the great things about this system is this is the arcade ROM. I've been playing Berzerk on home consoles. These early home consoles couldn't really do much with the voice synthesis. And here we actually do hear the full voice. We get the full sound effects, more movement. But the movements are great. The shooting is great. Looks beautiful. Clear out the room and get away from this happy face, because you cannot kill the bouncing happy face. He is brutal. You gotta remember, you cannot be shot, you cannot touch the walls, cannot be hit by the happy face. Any of those things will kill you. 3 lives, pretty standard for the time period. Movement down here is very smooth. It is nice playing this on something closer to the arcade ROM. I don't know if it's the exact arcade ROM. I'm sure they've altered it a little bit, but I do love this on here. Next up is Dark Planet. We're gonna just speed through some of these for a few reasons. One, there's too many of them for one video. Two, I've never heard of most of them, and frankly, I'm terrible at this one. Terrible at most of them. This one, I don't even have any idea what's going on. I'm moving around, I'm shooting, but I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. Then we've got Fire Truck. I don't even know why this one is in this collection. This is, I believe, in the Atari 50 collection. I get that one, because that one's there really for historical purposes, but on a collection that's really meant to be played and enjoyed, this is not one that I would have thought to include. It is hard to control. Maybe it would have been better with the original controls, but on a modern console with modern controls, yeah, it's a bit much. So we're going to go over to Frenzy. Now this one is cool. I am glad this one's on here. I had no idea, but this is apparently a follow-up to Berzerk. Very similar gameplay, but it's got more villain types, more enemy types, but it also has destructible environments. So you can't touch it, but you can shoot through the purple walls, the ones with little dots. You've got ricocheting bullets and lasers, so those can take you out, that can take your enemies out. This is a very cool game. I was very happy to find this one. It is beautiful, looks even better than Berzerk does, moves at least as well. You can pass through as well as shoot through these environments. Remember, they can also shoot you. I've been taken out a couple times that way, but I really, this one, Berzerk and this one are worth the price of admission as far as I'm concerned for this entire collection. Now this is odd. I don't know why, but on this one, unlike Berzerk, everything freezes for a second while the happy face comes in. Like it's just took too much processing power and it had to pause everything while the happy face came in. But then you go back to the action. You can actually pass through the walls in the destructible environment. And again, destructible environments all the way back in this time period. That's wild. Next, we've got the Lost Tomb. Controls on this one are kind of like Berzerk. You know, I guess it's Pitfall meets Berzerk. Hard to control though. Collect the treasure, kill the bad guys, and get out before they kill you, which is easier said than done. We have Maze Craze. This is an interesting little one. You've got to figure out the mazes, which are completely different, even behave differently in every screen. You've got to find your way around, get the fruit, avoid the bad guys. You can shoot, though I don't actually find that to be very intuitive. And then once you've collected all the fruit, you've got to get yourself to the exit, which is going to be a little green door that'll open up as soon as you get that last little piece of fruit. This one was pretty fun. I actually enjoyed this one a lot more than I expected. Minefield is very pretty. I'm impressed how they made the screens look the way they did in the original arcade, which used kind of a trick of the screens, multiple screens, to give it that 3D effect. But once you get beyond the prettiness, the gameplay is just pretty standard for early arcade fare. Moonmore is a classic space shooter. Shoot the bad guys, don't get shot. Not really a whole lot to say after that. Then we have Rescue. Rescue looks beautiful like Minefield. Here you have a little helicopter. You've got to put down pretty close to where these guys are dropping into the water without hitting them, or you will kill them and get to the water and you will sink, which is what I do every single time. And then last, we have Tazz-Mania. This was another shining star for me. I was surprised. This was my favorite non-Berzerk game on this list. I had a blast with this one. You got to shoot all the little, I don't know what those are. They look like little mushrooms or something. I'm not sure. They don't move, but you've got to shoot all of those. Then you've got these crazy faces that are coming at you that you've got to shoot. You don't have to shoot all of them. That you really mostly got to avoid them. Your goal is really to shoot all whatever these other things are before the walls close in on you. So you've got to get close enough to shoot them, and then you can use your smart bomb to kind of pause everything, including the walls. But then once you shoot the last of these guys, the walls start closing in on you. So you got to make sure if the walls are close, then you have time and you're close enough to the exit to leave before they close in on you. In short, I liked it. It's easy to set up, easy to navigate. With 2 cartridge slots, you can give yourself a good amount of choices without giving yourself choice paralysis. This is probably a better way for most people to play retro games than my way. Now, that's not going to stop me from playing my way. There's something about playing on the original hardware that is special, but I will add this to my setup. I like the simplicity. The collectability scratches that itch for a collection that I can actually use as opposed to the wall of pops I'm currently culling. I do question my choice for my first cartridge. I can't imagine the conversation at Atari or Blaze where they decided that these were the 10 games they needed to include in this collection. It is worth it for Berzerk and Frenzy, and Tazz-Mania was a hidden gem as far as I was concerned, but if I'd have taken a closer look at that games list, I might have made a different decision. I have a few more carts coming, as well as an Evercade EXP-R, that's the handheld, so we'll go deeper into the catalog as we go. What do you think? Have you tried Evercade yet? If not, did this pique your interests? What other Evercade products would you like to see me try out? And how do you play your retro games? Don't forget to like and subscribe. We have that Pocket Taco giveaway coming up very soon. We are so close to 100 subscribers that we may have passed it before I hit publish on this video. But if you're watching this video new, it's not too late to like and subscribe. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.